This is a place.
This is the place.
This is a place. We want to talk about. This is a place.
Thank you for listening to This is a Place podcast. My name is Brandon.
My name is Nate.
And we want to wish everybody a Talk Like a Grizzled Prospector Day.
What does that sound like?
I was going to ask you that question. What does that sound like, Nate?
Is it woo?
There's gold in them mines.
There's older than heels.
Talk Like a Grizzled Prospector Day is celebrated each year on January 24th. It's a fun event to commemorate the unique speaking styles of gold prospectors. Some people confuse it with the cowboy style of speech used in the West. So don't do that. Don't confuse it with the cowboys or language used by sea pirates. This talking style was reserved for the grizzly prospectors of the California Gold Rush. For a normal person who is unaware of what the style feels like, well, consarn it, our dear varmint. All you have to do is talk this seeming gibberish. Get your point across uniquely, which reminds us of the golden days of yore. So there you go. That is today, Grizzled Prospector Day.
Yippee-ki-yo-yay.
That was,
Or is that too cowboy?
you said yippee, so that's a
Yippee.
cowboy thing. Eureka! We found them gold. Just channel your inner.
Damn golden name heels.
It's like the voice on Rattlesnake Rapids.
Oh,
That's like
okay.
the Grizzled Prospector, I'd say.
Rattlesnake
Welcome to Rattlesnake
Rapids.
Rapids, the craziest rapids in the West.
You're just gonna get wet.
You're gonna get wet. There you go. Man, I'm sure everybody's really happy to know that is today. That is the holiday we are celebrating.
The reason to party.
Maybe we should give a shout out also. It's National Matthew Day, so I think we've got at least one listener named Matthew, so shout out to them.
And I got at least one brother named Matthew.
Oh yeah. I
Mhm.
don't think I have at least one brother named Matthew. I
Yeah,
do
you
have
might
an
want to check.
uncle named Matthew. So
Oh,
everybody knows a Matthew.
well, I've got a cousin named Matthew. And
I know a
my
disciple named
brother and-
Matthew.
My brother and my cousin are like the same age too. It's kind of
Oh,
interesting.
really?
They have the exact same name.
How does that happen? How do you name your son the same name as your nephew?
I want to say my brother is the older one, but
They just really like that name?
my cousin's from North Dakota, so we didn't really interact with him that much.
Okay, that makes
Ew.
sense.
But growing up, every sport team I played on, and my brother Matthew is only a year and a half older than me. So every other year we got to play on the same baseball team. And I swear every team we were on had another Matthew and another Nathan. Almost every time.
You guys didn't get very
That
unique
must have been
names.
a really popular name back then.
Well, Brandon
My best
is a
friend
super
growing up
popular
was
name.
also named Nathan. So, two of us, Nate and Nate. Happy Matthew Day. And it makes sense that you got to talk like a miner on Matthew Day.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because
That's how
Matt's always talking like a miner.
all Matts talk that
Miner?
way.
I hardly even know her. The reason I picked Grizzled Prospector Day is because we're going to somewhere in Utah. The most likely you'd find somebody that talks like this. Just normally. Not doing a voice. This is just how they talk.
I feel like we should have like this theme music, like traveling theme music. Today we're going on a trip to, and it'd be pretty
Ooh, I like it.
wherever location we're going to.
So
And
does it
that's how we
change up
announce
based on
the
where we go?
subject. No, just every time it's like we can even have it just be our theme music with different words, like we're going on a trip.
You must have
Going
listened
on a
to
trip.
Amusement Park Road Trip.
I did not.
Oh, because
Sorry.
that's thanks. Thanks for the support, Nate. Because that's
I
how
don't have the link.
I'll send you the link. That's how
Okay.
that podcast works. There's theme music as we walk around and transition to different places in our journey.
Mm.
Yeah, Matt's much more he's a lot more ambitious with the editing than I am. I'm weathered. I've been doing it too long. I don't care anymore.
Yes. I
It's a
don't
lot of
blame
work
you.
that he puts in. So
Well, good for
it's hard
him.
enough for me to put in theme music and outro music every single week. So I'm doing my
I
best
did
here.
send you I did send you that story though, that guy who's visited like 300 theme parks or something.
Yeah, you did send that to
So
me.
I sent it to you for research reasons, so you guys have something to talk about
Oh,
on
yes.
your podcast.
I think it should be our goal to get to 300 amusement parks. I've got
And you know a
three
great
down.
place. You know a great place to put a amusement park?
Where's that?
Copperton, Utah would be a great place.
Why would that be a great place?
Because there's so much land out there.
Is there?
There's not a lot going on out there. I don't know.
No, I mean there is, but it's a lot of hills and mountains. And oh, they even have railroad tracks out there. Look at that. Here's the facts. Copperton is a metro township in Salt Lake County, Utah, located at the mouth of Bingham Canyon, approximately 17 miles southwest of Salt Lake City. The metro township boundaries include a smaller area than that of both the former CDP and the former township. Much of the town is included in the Copperton Historic District, which is located in the National Register of Historic Places.
Hmm.
So, history of Copperton. Established in, any guess what year?
What year?
Yeah,
Stab in the dark. Let's say 1926.
you're reading along with the Wikipedia article. 1926. It was started by the Utah Copper Company as a residential area and model city for its employees. So, there could be miners that live there today, right? There could be maybe not prospectors. Those are more your self-funded prospecting ventures, right? But miners
Yeah,
could live there.
sure.
I don't think
Miners are still a thing.
miners are still a thing. So I
Yes.
wonder how much of the town works there. That would be a pretty convenient place to be. Do you have to go through Copperton to get to the mine, or can you? I think so.
I think so. I
If you
know
go to
there's some entrances over
like
there.
the very end, you can't keep going because there's like a mine entrance. There's like a gate.
Right.
So that was like that was the purpose of there even being a Copperton was because of because of the mine. That was how it started. The construction ended in the 1930s and the company furnished housing ended in 1955. After that, a private real estate developer managed the homes for employees. A rather large park was also built in the small town. So you probably already read it, even though I told you not to. I
I
specifically
haven't
told you not to.
I haven't found it. Where do you anyways, ask your question.
Any guess what the population of Copperton is? Roughly. If you're within a hundred, you can get it right.
It's so small. 1,500?
Smaller than that.
Really? 1,000?
20, not even 1,000. The 2021 population is listed as 828.
828?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's
So it's even
like
smaller than I thought.
that's like a high school
Why are we even talking about this small town outside of Salt Lake? Why is it important to us?
because we needed an episode to do.
Because it's National Talk Like a Grizzled Prospector Day. No, the real reason is I think it's one of the coolest places to visit. Don't you agree?
It really is. I do. It's been a while since I've been out that way. I've even, man, it's probably been 15 years since I sold a house out there. Uh, they don't come up very often because it's a small town, right?
Yeah.
But it is a cool little area. Like you feel like you're so far removed from Salt Lake City, but you're not that far away.
I know. It's like a city within a city,
Right.
but like it's out there. It's a ways out. It's not that far. Like maybe take me 15 minutes to get there. It'd probably take you 17 or 19 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes to get there, we'll say.
But it's it has a weird, not like a bad weird vibe, but you just go in there and it feels like it's almost in its own time period. Like it's not of this time, you know?
Right.
There's
Right.
no new
Kind of because
houses. I mean,
very
people
few.
are free to update their houses and change things, but it doesn't get happen. It's not going to be as noticeable as it is out here.
Right. Yeah, it's very small. I even remember it was probably a good 15 years ago. We were looking at they have a storage facility out there. Kind of, it's nothing like your regular storage units here in the valley. It was very, I don't even know the word I'm looking for. Old school storage facility, but we were looking at buying it just because it was cash flowing. Didn't do it, so we went out there quite a bit to look at the land out there. But yeah, it's a cool little town. And you can tell it you can tell it's full of history. I wonder because I know, for example, Grantsville, which is also a really small town
Right.
that Copperton reminds me of.
A little more ways out.
That place, yeah, yeah, different county, in fact. But they've been growing like a weed because land is cheap out there and people couldn't afford to live in Salt Lake County anymore. So they've been building a lot out there. It's been growing like crazy over the last decade. And my understanding from people I know who live out there that the people of Grantsville don't don't do kindly to newcomers. Like they
Oh,
kind of
really?
their people are born and raised there and they have like their own groups and they don't it's hard to get from an outsider to come into their groups. It's kind of like what we do to Californians here, right? In Utah, we
Yeah.
don't want them here. Um, so I wonder if that's the same feeling you get out there in Copperton. Is like I'm sure a lot of people were like born and raised there and stayed there, or you know, there's a lot of history there. So I wonder how they do with somebody moving into the town. Um, and I also wonder too, with I mean, even 20 years ago, going out west was just a bunch of fields, and you go out there now, there's homes and developments everywhere. So it's almost getting to the point to where Copperton's going to be like your next door neighbor. So how long until we start
That's
really
true.
developing Copperton and it's not a small town anymore?
I'm curious. I'm just gonna check while we're here if there's any homes for sale right now. Because you mentioned it's not frequently that they have one pop up.
Yeah, yeah. I used to actually check out there all the time. I always thought it'd be fun to live out that way
Oh, doggy. There is one house for sale right now.
for 395.
You see it? Yep, you got it. It's a kind of a cool looking house.
Yeah,
Has a large
yeah. And
deck.
that's kind of like what you expect out there. That's kind of that style.
Yeah, they're just unique looking houses. It's like a perfect place if you wanted to film a. You can't, have a Hollywood budget, but you need a town that looks old from
Hmm.
years back. This is the perfect place to do that because there's not much that you could see and be like, oh, that's from the year 2024.
Yeah, part of me is like, it'll be fun to like buy this house and have it be like your weekend getaway.
Here we
And it's really close. It's so close to home, but you'd be like that small town feel, like you feel like you're away from home.
The thing that's crazy to me is there's not much here. I mean, it's a small section. They said there's a park. The park makes up probably 25% of the area of the town.
I'm looking at the 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 schools on that listing, and Copper Hills is your high school.
And that makes
I wonder
sense.
how long of a drive is that to get to Copper Hills from there?
I'm gonna tell you.
which is funny because it says
It's a 10-minute
nearby
drive.
schools.
That's not that bad, but
Harriman High School is closer, it says.
really,
Well, let's see.
I don't think it's as easy to get to Harriman.
Well, it says Harriman High School is only
It's
4.14 miles
it's
away.
11 minutes. It's a minute more. It's not as straight of a shot as it is to go to Copper Hills.
Oh yeah.
But did you know, I maybe you know this, but it used to be where Bingham High School was in Copperton. That's where it originally was at.
Which which makes sense, right?
In 1912 is the first year of Bingham High School in Copperton, which yeah, makes sense. They're the miners. I mean, what else are you going to call that high school's mascot?
Right. It ain't gonna be no beat digger. That's for sure.
When did it move to South Jordan?
Man, that's a good question. I feel like it's been a while.
Oh, they had a bee on the mountain originally too. I don't think that's there anymore. How the other high schools have, you know, like the do they have one? Yeah, C for Cypress. They've got that one out there still. That's another unique thing about Utah, our mountains with the letters on them.
Hmm.
But I don't think they have a B. We'd have to
Doesn't
check that out. I haven't seen one.
like now that you mention it, I feel like there is one, but that's a good question.
But yeah, I don't know where the school must have been somewhere there. I don't know where it was at, but looking at just again, so there's mostly houses. You've got a three different churches. You've got a Catholic church, an LDS church, which is next door to a Methodist church. Those two are right by each other. You've got the Bingham Canyon Lions Club, Copperton Improvement District, United States Postal Service, the storage facility, as you mentioned, and then a fire station. And then there's a couple on the outskirts. There's a truck, it says there's a trucking company, and then the Rockin' Yard Landscape Materials. So that's all you have for anything outside of a residence.
You forgot the cemetery.
Yes, the cemetery too, which is, have you been to that cemetery before?
I don't recall.
That is a scary cemetery. That's
Yeah,
we
they're
should
pretty
have
old
our own
school.
episode for that. I did it once when I was younger. Went there late at night and it was scary.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's all you got. That's all you got in Copperton. You can't get any food here. There's no restaurant. There's no store you can go to.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you could survive as a restaurant out there because what'd you say? 800 people
Yeah.
live
No,
there?
I mean, I'm sure people would go out there for a restaurant. It's not that far, but
Sure. Well, now, but like, gosh, the last 20 years
oh
when
yeah,
developments were further east, then, but yeah, maybe if there was something unique, like a Beto's or something, then people would go
Beto's. Something unique.
something unique, like a Mexican restaurant.
They have filmed some movies here. Like, didn't they film some of one of the Halloween movies here? I might be misremembering, but I felt like they that there was
Ooh,
somewhere
Halloween 4, I think.
Halloween 4 they did a film out there.
Well, I just did a Google search saying movies filmed in Copperton, Utah. There's Touched by an Angel episodes, a couple of
Ooh,
Halloween 4, Granite Flats, Touched by an Angel, American Pastime, Promised Land, and our most recent one is called When All Else Fails.
That was in Copperton. They filmed that.
That's what it says in the search. I
Oh, here
don't.
we go. Yeah, yeah. There was a bar. Oh, there used to be a bar in Copperton. Earl's.
Isn't it still there?
I don't think so. It says it's empty. The structure is no longer there. It's an
Huh.
empty lot now, but it used to be Earl's Bar out in Copperton.
And it sounds like this the saloon is what they used a lot, right? Because that's where they used for my Halloween 4.
Earl's Bar. So they had a bar,
Earl's Bar.
but they don't have any other kind of restaurant. So at one point you could have went and you could have had a nice sarsaparilla.
Get me some whiskey.
If you've never been there, it's worth a drive out. Worth going out of your way a little bit. Has it always been Copperton or it used to be called Bingham? I can't tell. Or was Bingham just that area? I don't know if I've ever said on the podcast, but make uh I do Amazon deliveries from time to time. Just the other day, I got a route that was through West Jordan. And I'm always happy to have a West Jordan route because then I'm home real fast, right? I'm done and then I'm home.
Right.
Sometimes I'm even delivering in my own neighborhood. But this one I was in the Copper Hills area. But I had one pesky package at the very end of my route. And guess where it was? Copperton. And that was one time I was not happy to go out to Copperton. But at the end of it, I remembered, oh, it's not as far as it seems. It's actually, relatively close. Took me like 15 minutes to get home from there. It says on Wikipedia that not a lot of people there work in the mine anymore, but there's still a handful that do still frequent the mine for their place of business. But I wonder, have you ever met anybody that lives out there? I guess the person that sold the house, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, somebody I can't remember the client. They were kind of a pain in the bum, but I remember they wanted a small town really bad. And so we looked out in Grantsville and then they finally settled on the place in Copperton. And I feel like the house they bought from the person in Copperton, if I remember correctly, it wasn't even their primary residence. It was kind of what I was talking about. I think it was like a second home for them to kind of get away from the city and be out in small town.
Hmm. Yeah, because it does have that small town feel. My wife, I think if we could find a house out there, she'd love to live out there. And I wouldn't mind it. It does feel like it's enough out of the way that you kind of get that small town.
Yeah,
I'm
I would
I'm
love
kind
to
of on
live
my
in a
own
small
vibe.
town. I think it'd be perfect for me because I would really love living in a small town, but I would still need the big city access.
Still your creature comforts.
So just being, gosh, what we say 20 minutes from where I am right now would be pretty cool.
Well, you got to start looking. You start watching the houses, and
I'll do it.
it's not very frequent that they pop up. There's
I
one right
kind
now
of want
though.
to
If you
drive out there now
got to do it,
and just drive the hood,
you got to go
earmark some places,
take some
go
pics.
knock on their door saying you're out of here. This is my place now.
We should go out there, make a field trip now after the fact, and tell everybody, hey, we did a podcast about your city. Has anyone ever done a podcast about your city before? Your little township you have over here?
And they're like, well, in fact, somebody has.
And then we can get them all to subscribe to the podcast. Do you think they
There you
get
go.
podcasts out that way?
I doubt it. I
Hmm.
don't think there's internet out there.
I would love to know more. If anybody knows more about Copperton, if anybody's lived there or knows someone that lives there, I'd just be curious to know what it is like to live there. It just seems so unique. I mean, maybe it's no different than just living where we live, but it just has a different vibe. What's the ward like
Well,
there? What are the people like?
that's what I was wondering. You got the church there. Is two wards, or do you only have one?
I don't know. I mean, they've got three churches to choose from, and there must be enough people there that each church is it's worth it to have it there. So let's just split it in thirds, right? You've got that many people that go to each church. Or there's people that don't even go to church. So let's take 100 away. So
Well, that's
maybe
what I'm
there
saying.
might just
Like,
be one ward.
that's what I want to know. Is there just one ward out there, or is there two wards?
What stake do they pertain to? These are the
There
hard
you
hitting
go.
facts. We just want to know, people.
We just need to know. I need to know what I'm getting myself into if I move out there.
You know what we should really do? We should just go out to church out there. All visitors are welcome, you know?
It's true. Are they though? That's the question. We will
That
find
that's
out.
that's what we'll find out. Stay tuned as we visit the Copperton, elusive Copperton First Ward.
It might be called the Bingham
It could.
Canyon Ward or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, it could be.
If only there was a way to find out.
If only there
If
was a
only
way.
they had something like the internet.
Oh, oh, we can probably look up what it's called, can't we?
Yeah,
Oh, look, I found it, buddy.
that quick, huh?
All right, what's the verdict? If it'll let me click on it. There is one ward, and it's actually not the Copperton First Ward. It is the Copperton Ward.
The Copperton Ward. That's just
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah,
What time do they meet?
9:30.
I guess I'm assuming they have the whole building to themselves, right?
Do they have a basketball court? Anyway, moral of the story: go to Copperton today. Go and talk like a grizzly prospector, and you will gain the respect of everybody in that town. They will not think you're making fun
Guaranteed.
of them.
But they might take your gold.
They might take your gold because they know how to find it. Or wait, they won't take your gold. They will take your copper, Nate.
Um, good point.
Don't take your copper to Copperton. Anyway, thanks, Copperton, for being the subject of our episode today. We really do love this quaint little township in the suburbs of Salt Lake City. And it's one
So
of
much that
our
we want to live there.
so much we want to live there. We just want to be a part of the community. And I bet they throw a mean word picnic, you know? I bet
They got
it's
a
a good one.
big park they can hold it at.
Tech Park is so big. We gotta go check out that park. I've driven by it, but I've never been to the park. But there's nothing else to do there, so you gotta have something like a park. If we go on a drive, that's one of the three top places we'll drive out to. You know, just a family drive. We're like, let's just drive. We go to
Just
Copperton.
just to chill and relax.
Yeah, you got the nice mountains around there. You do have to watch out for deer. That is a heavy deer
You know
area.
what's so cool though too, if you did live out that way, is that if you wanted to hit a Twilla, you just go through the canyon there
It's true.
and you can be in Twilla within minutes.
But is
You
there
could
an
be over to Asylum 47. Only half part of the year though.
Silent 49?
49 is what it's called.
You could but how easy is the access? Because you still have to go through the canyon, right?
Yeah. Have you done that before?
I almost did once. Maybe episode idea right there, buddy.
We should.
In the summer, we're taking your truck.
I told you before, but yeah, we took my older truck to Tooele. So we went on 201 and then went to Tooele. And then on the way home, I went through the canyon.
So how long
The
does it
kids were a
take?
lot younger. Um, it's probably about the same as it would to go around back the other way.
It's just as
But
long.
my kids were like freaking out, like almost in tears, because it's freaky. Because it's a huge drop off and the road is
Mm,
not that wide. Um, that they were seriously, all three of them were flipping out. And then I would jokingly every once in a while pretend like I'm like, "Ooh, squirrel," and then that made them laugh at the same time, cry even harder. But and it's scary too because if somebody's coming the other way, like it's very tight to go around each other. So it's
yeah.
not the most.
I do not love going very high in that canyon. It is scary.
It
But
is.
I
It's
will.
beautiful.
It
It is
is.
beautiful, especially in the fall.
I will make an exception for a podcast adventure for us to.
I will keep you safe. I will get you home safely. I've done it in both a car and a couple trucks I've owned.
Well, let us know what you think of Copperton, people. If you are the same, you love going out there just for kicks and giggles. If you know anything or anyone, let us know. Our favorite
Give us
township.
the give us the facts.
Give us the facts.
Is it haunted?
Ooh, it's got to be, right? A mine?
Yeah,
A
I
mining
know.
town?
There's got to be like so many cool stories out there.
Oh man.
Like if you could probably make a whole podcast or even like YouTube channel, just going door to door and asking people for stories.
Right there, buddy.
How fun would that be?
There's $1 million idea.
That's $1 million. That's that's prospecting right there.
Oh, an update. We got enough people to tell us about Nate doing the Harry Potter journey, so that's going to be starting.
Yeah, we're at. I think we have 3 people so far
Yep.
in just a few days of being out. So I guess it's gonna happen.
One, well, never mind. It's going to happen. Nate will be
It's gonna
watching
happen.
Harry Potter very shortly, so there's going to be no rhyme or reason to when those episodes come out, but they will. You might
Well,
just be
two
surprised one day.
two tangents. Number one, there's a show called Jury Duty that's on. Not it's on Amazon Prime.
It's
It's one of
on,
those Freevee or something like that.
yeah, Freebie, I think.
Freevee. Kind of funny. We're like half the season through it. So basically, it's a reality show where the whole thing is for jury duty, right? And everybody on it's an actor besides one person. So it's kind of a big practical joke, the whole
Yeah.
season's worth.
You
But the
got
reason I
James
bring that up because
Marsden.
it reminded me of when I did jury duty. And when they're going around asking everybody questions about themselves, they said you need to say one random fact. You know what my random fact was, and now I can't use it anymore,
What's that?
is that I've never seen the Harry Potter movies.
Mm.
And the gasp I got from the crowd was like what?
Did you follow it up with you haven't read the books either?
Oh yeah. Said I don't I've seen one Harry Potter movie, maybe two. Again, it goes back to like the whole Lord of the Rings things. Like I was in the theater, but was I paying attention? Probably not. So I don't know anything about them. So yeah, if I watch Harry Potter movies, I kind of feel like it's the end of an era.
I
It's
had to find a new fun fact.
yeah. What else am I gonna have to?
I
It's the
hope that
same
your
time
fun
when
fact
people
is you
say they
have a
never.
podcast, Nate.
I know, but something that I haven't done.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
it
I
was
need something that
asking.
I haven't done that everybody else has done. That's kind of fun being the odd man out sometimes,
Hmm,
but that won't happen anymore.
more to come. We're keeping it rolling here on the This Is a Place podcast. You know where to find us. Subscribe, like, comment, all the things.
Sign up for our whatever event we have going on.
Our event,
Reserve your spot for our
our
what do
in
they call
person,
it?
our live event,
Yeah,
our live
panel,
show.
our live show, our our Valentine's Day live show.
Our Valentine's Day live show where we're gonna be turning the lights down a little bit.
Smooth
We're gonna
music.
turn on some smooth jazz. It's our
And make
adult.
sure you sign up for our Easter egg hunt in April.
Thanks for listening to This Is a Place podcast.
And this was a place we just talked about.
There's
Yeehaw!
there's copper in their mines.
Let's cover up there.